Okay. Are you ready for your faces?
Yeah. We're blocked, so you're not.
Oh, you think? Come on, please come inside.
Just wait until everybody comes in. I think we're live. We're live, Jenna. Yeah. There you are. I think we're just giving everybody a couple of... Yeah, I can hear you, Emma. Yeah. It's difficult for me to see if we've got a full house.
We've got 36 at the minute, I can see.
I would suggest we just kick off in that case, Emma, if you want to
make a start.
Yeah, start.
Okay. Well, hello everybody. I think colleagues will probably join us, but as Arlene said, in the interest of everybody's time, we'll make a start. So, welcome to Team Scotland. My name's Emma Yorke, and I'm the Divisional Managing Director for our Justice and Custody division at PeoplePlus, and I'm currently speaking to you from one of our prisons, which is probably why the images are brilliant, but I'm in one of our young offender centres in Stoke today, so I'm joining you from inside an establishment. So welcome. I can't see all of your faces, but I know we'll have a great opportunity to meet when we start the road shows over the next 2 months. I'm going to be joined by colleagues today from the PeoplePlus team who will be supporting the transition of Team Scotland into the wider PeoplePlus family. So I'll do a quick introduction, and then I'll just do we've just got one or two slides, I think, to kind of kick the webinar off. So I've got Arlene, who's in the centre of the screen. Arlene is our director for Scotland, has been with the business for quite some time. And she will be leading up on the Scottish prison contract as we move into go live. So if you want to give a wave, Arlene. Okay. We've then got Jenna. Jenna heads up our marketing, PR and internal comms division at PeoplePlus. So Jenna kindly puts all of this great work together that makes me look good in the background. So hi, Jenna. We've also got Craig. Craig is our head of HR and employee relations. So he looks after all things to do with our people, which is mainly everything that we do. So hello to Craig. And then we've got Mike. Mike works for Craig and is going to be based in Scotland, supporting the transition as we move to Scotland into the PeoplePlus family. So that's everybody from the PeoplePlus side. Jenna, have we got a slide, I believe?
We have, yeah. Just give me 2 seconds.
Thank you. So I thought it might be useful to just give all of you a little bit of an overview of the business in terms of what you'll be joining really and what we're all about. I'm sure some of you have done a little bit of research, but these slides just give you a bit of an idea of PeoplePlus really and some of the background to the business. So Justice is part of a much broader portfolio. PeoplePlus's kind of delivery, I guess, is all about, in Scotland and in England, is all about reaching out to some of our most disadvantaged members of the community, and everything that we do across the business works in that kind of wider sector, if you like. So the piece that you'll be coming into is obviously justice. We are the largest independent provider of prison education in the UK. We're currently working and delivering education in 22 adult prisons in England. They are obviously public prisons, but we also have one privately run prison, which is run by our partners Mighty in York, and we also have the YOI where I'm dialing in from today. We've been delivering prison education for well over 15 years, well established, a great model, and I'll talk to you a little bit later about why people enjoy working for us in the justice sector. But to support the justice and prison piece, we also have our Way Out TV and Way to Learn service. So this has been operated just as long as the prison education piece. And this is a service that engages with prison learners who are not necessarily in mainstream education, so may want to work in their cells or other spaces in the establishments, harder to reach, less confident. So we do some learning in cell through the Way Out TV provision. And we are in 69 prisons across England currently at the moment. We also have our Learning Plus division, which again is all around online learning. We do deliver Learning Plus to employers as well as the justice and our employability. So it's got broad coverage, and it's becoming more and more established, particularly in the wider employment sector. And we also have employability in England, which is more commonly known as Restart. So this is working with people who are hardest or furthest away from the job market. And again, we're supporting those individuals to find a way back into work. We also have Fair Start Scotland, which I'm not going to talk too much about because Arlene is much better placed to lead you into that. So I'll hand over to Arlene shortly and she'll talk to you about what we have been doing in Scotland up until now. But we also have a wide reach and commitment to social recruitment and social advocacy. And again, we've been delivering some of this work in Scotland ahead of the SBS contract being awarded to us, which is really all about supporting employers to recruit and work with people, customers that we're working with more effectively. So again, I'll only talk to you a little bit more about the social advocacy group shortly. And then the last part of PeoplePlus, I guess, is working with carers. So we work with people who need care to enable them to stay independent, either in their own homes or in employment, and they have a network of carers that we work with, we train, support during their day-to-day lives, and that includes some very young carers as well who are currently looking after relatives. So that's just sort of a bit of an overview, if you like, of the wider PeoplePlus business, but certainly have a look on our website. There's loads of great stuff on there that would introduce you to who we are and what we do. So I'll hand over just to Arlene, and then Arlene, if you just want to go around the table, perhaps just to Craig to just do a quick introduction on what Craig will be doing over the next few weeks with his Scotland colleagues, and perhaps talk about the road shows if that's all right.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks very much, Emma. Hello, everyone. So I can't see everybody on the screen, but I can see there's lots of people that's joined, which is great. So just touching on some of what Emma was saying around Scotland specifically. I've been involved for the last 7 years, primarily on the employability side of the business. And that's been delivering the flagship employability contract called Fair Start Scotland. We are the best top performer in Scotland for those services, which has involved working with the long-term unemployed, most of which, I think 44%, over 3 or 4 years unemployed when they've come onto our programme. Many of those customers with complex barriers, including people living with disabilities who want to work and can work, but also working closely with the justice system as well, and those leaving the care of the prison service and working with them to move them into employment as well. So I'm really looking forward to leading up this contract and working with you all and getting to meet you over the next few weeks. I think we start the road shows in a couple of weeks' time. And getting to know you a bit better and just trying to understand how we can really make education, I guess, and employability start to work a lot closer hand in hand. Certainly from what I am, in terms of our proposition and what we've been putting forward into SPS is aligned very closely with the new policy, which talks a lot to increasing engagement, purposeful activity, which you're all doing fantastic work in, but then what happens next. So I'm really, really interested to get your views and thoughts on what that could do as well. We are an organisation, as Emma said, and she'll maybe come back to that in terms of listening to our teams and listening to feedback, and how we can make sure, that you're equipped with the right resources and tools to deliver great services to those that matter, and ultimately that's those that the service users of the education services that we're going to be delivering. So I'm going to stop there because I'm conscious we're only on half an hour and I could talk and talk and talk, which would leave no time for anybody else. So I'll maybe just hand over to Craig and maybe to talk a bit about roadshows as well.
Afternoon, everybody. I won't take up too much of your time. So I guess over the next few weeks, myself and my colleague Mike will be working with your HR team, and we'll be doing a series of meetings, roadshows, all forming part of that TUPE consultation process with you. So throughout that process, we will be answering any questions, queries that you've got about the TUPE process as a whole, and also what life will be like working for PeoplePlus. So I look forward to seeing you all soon.
Thanks a lot, Craig. That's really helpful. And as Craig said, this is the beginning of a wider communication plan that we have between now and the end of the summer to ensure that everybody in Team Scotland who will be coming across to work with us feels assured, supported, and that there's plenty of transparency and open opportunity to communicate back to us if you have any worries or concerns. But we are really looking forward to working with you all. This contract is predicated on your expertise. Just to give you a little bit of a bio on myself, I started life out as a teacher in the FE sector. I've worked in a number of colleges and then sort of progressed my career in various senior roles before I came into prison education. So I'm very much interested to speak to you in terms of what your experience is like working on the front line, and sort of mapping that across to the teachers that are working in England as well, sharing some of that best practice. We have a training academy in PeoplePlus that develops CPD and progression opportunities for our teachers and tutors, as well as our support staff in prison education. So it would be great as we move through the summer to see some of those people coming together, and for you to meet colleagues across the wider justice family. You'll be joining a network of around 700 plus staff working in custody in one way or another. So it's a big family, but everybody supports each other. We're always looking for new and fresh innovative ideas. And you know, that's really what we're looking to Team Scotland for, really. So an exciting time for us. But as Craig said, this is just the beginning of a communication piece. So we're really looking forward to meeting some of you face to face when we come into the prisons. We're relying much on Arlene and Scotland and Mike to steer us in the right direction. So yeah, it'll be great to get on that roadshow and actually get some face-to-face with you all and listen to any concerns you might have, which I'm hoping are fairly limited, but equally some of the ideas you might have about what you'd like to see happen you know, once we've transitioned over in the education space. So yeah, I think that's everything from me, Jenna. Mike, is there anything you'd just like to add other than to say that you'll be on the road shows? I think you're going to be our key driver, aren't you, Mike?
Yeah, I believe so. No, I don't really have much more to add other than just to say hi to everybody, and I'm really looking forward to meeting you all.
Great, thank you. Okay, Jenna, I think that's everything from us then on this short introduction.
Problem. We do have some time for any questions. If anybody wants to pop any questions in the chat for Emma and Craig, Arlene and Mike.
If not, I think we're going to set up a comms inbox, aren't we, at some point, Jenna, so that people can send us a question at will, or is it occurs to them and then we can answer that directly. But certainly, if anybody's got anything that they'd like to just drop in now, we're happy to take any questions in the few minutes that we have left over.
Probably just worth mentioning as well the survey. Thanks everybody that's taken the time to complete that. I think that closes on Friday, so we'll be collating all that feedback as well. That'll give us some talking points as well when we come out in the road shows as well. So thanks everybody that's taken the time. But there's a couple of days left if you've not yet had the opportunity to fill that in as well.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks, Arlene. And as Arlene said, we'll be picking up on some of the key themes that have come through that piece of activity so that we can address some of those queries or comments that you've made. We really do appreciate that first start because it gives us a great steer in terms of some of the things that we need to be looking at early doors. Okay.
Okay, I can't see any questions coming through at the moment, Emma.
All right, so, okay, well, thanks, Jenna. Lovely to meet you all virtually. As I said before, we're really looking forward to meeting you face to face. So thanks very much for your time and have a great day.
Yeah, thanks everybody.
Thank you.
Bye,
See you
everybody.
soon.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.